heavyweight workbench kit with an add-on shelf is the perfect solution for your work and storage needs. Assembly is simple and requires no special skills. To build this workbench, you will need both the standard heavyweight workbench kit and a single shelf kit. Your heavyweight workbench kit comes with the following parts: 8 identical assembly brackets, 48 bracket screws, and 16 surface screws. Your heavyweight single shelf kit comes with these parts: 4 identical assembly brackets, 24 bracket screws, and 8 surface screws. To complete the assembly, you will need the following tools: a circular or miter saw, a power drill or driver with a Phillips head driver bit, a tape measure, and a pair of safety goggles. The heavyweight workbench kit can be assembled in a range of sizes. Material cut lists for the most popular 5 and 8 foot lengths are included. Assembly steps are the same for all sizes. For the 5 foot workbench with an extra shelf, you'll need a total of 7 8-foot 2x4s and 3 24 by 60 inch pieces of sheet material for the bench top and shelves. While standard plywood is an excellent option, particle board, MDF, OSB board, or other similar materials can also be used. For the strongest bench top, 3/4 inch thick or thicker materials should be used. These materials can be purchased from your local home improvement store or lumberyard. If you're assembling an 8-foot workbench with an extra shelf, you'll need a total of 10 8-foot 2x4s and 3 2x8-foot pieces of sheet material. For this demonstration, we will be assembling a 5-foot workbench. You will follow the same assembly process for all other sizes, making sure you cut all materials to the proper size for your workbench. Begin by cutting the support rails and legs to the correct lengths for your lumber. Using the tape measure and saw, measure and then cut one 56 1/2 inch long support rail and one 36 inch long leg, each from 4 of the 8-foot long 2x4s, creating 4 long support rails and 4 legs. Using the 5th and 6th 8-foot long 2x4s, cut one 56 1/2 inch long support rail and one 20 5/8 inch long short rail from each. Finally, using the 7th 2x4, cut 4 20 5/8 inch long short rails. Altogether, you will have 6 long support rails, 6 short rails, and 4 legs. Using 4 provided assembly brackets, 1 at each corner, assemble the workbench frame by creating a rectangle with 2 56 1/2 inch long support rails for the shelf length and 2 20 5/8 inch long support rails for the depth. Once the frame is assembled, use moderate pressure to hold the rails in place and secure each of the 4 corner brackets with 2 2 3/4 inch long bracket screws per corner. The screws will be driven through the long rail into the ends of the short rail. Once all corners are secure, set the first shelf frame aside and repeat the procedure for the second shelf and the identical workbench top frame using the remaining long and short rails. Add the 4 corner brackets to the rails, creating a rectangle, and secure with bracket screws. Now that the frames for the 2 shelves and workbench top are assembled, you can add the legs to one of the frames, making sure to position the leg openings in the workbench top frame facing up. Start by setting a 36 inch long leg vertically into each of the top 4 corner brackets of the top frame and secure each with 2 2 3/4 inch long bracket screws. After the legs are attached, determine the desired height of your 2 shelves and place a mark on the inside of each workbench leg at the desired heights. Remember, the bench is sitting upside down at this point. For the middle shelf, you can determine the height based on what you intend to store there. On the bottom shelf, we recommend placing a mark 25 1/2 inches from the top of the upper bench top rail on the inside of each leg to create a toe kick area. For the middle shelf, drive a 1 1/2 inch long surface screw 1 inch deep, leaving 1/2 inch of the screw head exposed. These screws are temporary and will be used to properly align the workbench shelf in the next step. Slide one of the workbench shelf units assembled earlier onto the legs until it rests on the exposed surface screws, and secure the shelf with 16 2 3/4 inch long bracket screws. Once the shelf is secure, remove the 4 temporary exposed alignment screws added in the earlier step and repeat the procedure for the bottom shelf. Add temporary alignment screws, slide the shelf frame in place, and secure, then remove the alignment screws. Now flip the workbench right side up. Place the 60 by 24 inch worktop on the top rails, center, and secure it with the 4 1½ inch long surface screws driven evenly spaced into the rails and 4 1½ inch long surface screws driven into the tops of the legs. With the tape measure, confirm the workbench final shelf length needed, measuring the distance between the inside of the legs. You will need to trim each shelf to match this dimension. With the shelves cut to the correct length, place the shelves on the shelf rails and secure it to the rails using the remaining 1 1/2 inch long surface screws, 8 per shelf, evenly spaced. This completes the assembly of the heavyweight workbench.